is Eric Brandt. Eric will be speaking today on the subject of time. The title of his speech, Time Sickness, the Ultimate Lifestyle Disorder. Time is 8 to 10. Please welcome Eric Brandt.
Good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
What is that? A metronome. And what does it do? Keeps time. 1 second follows another. Minute follows a minute. Hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, generations. You know how it works. We're here for 1 hour. Another group comes in. We're off to our obligations. We're off to our appointments. We may change, but time doesn't change. But yet we commoditize time. We save it. We spend it. We make it. We gain it. We lose it. We can be on time, we can be in time, or we can be out of time. We take time, we waste time. Sometimes we don't have enough time. Sometimes we have too much time. We race against it, we try to beat it, and sometimes we're saved by it. The time just marches on. As a culture, we have a time disease, time dysfunction. And it comes from our culture. In our society, where we worship youth, we fear age, and we deny death. How can we not be dysfunctional about time in that paradigm? Time is also a key part of another overarching social dysfunction we have around scarcity. Our scarcity conversations are toxic. And it's not just about time. 3 bits of scarcity that include time. 1, not enough. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough love. In our present situation, not enough Facebook likes. Just generally, I am not enough. Toxicity 2 would be more is better. It's dysfunctional. As a financial life planner, I've learned that. I can't work with people that want more. You can't satisfy more. More is never enough. If I were to ask everybody in this room, would you rather have a $10 bill or a $100 bill, what would you choose?
100.
Of course. But if I were offering you $3.5 billion or $4 billion, would it matter? And I would say that $500,000 is a little bit more than $90. And then finally, the last toxicity, which also involves time, is resignation. It's just the way it is. Can't do anything about it. That is lineal time. So step over here to where we might call metaphysical time. This is where the wisdom of the ages say that time exists only in the now, the present moment. The past doesn't exist. What happened in the past is the past. It doesn't exist. What's going to happen in the future doesn't exist. It hasn't happened. So all that exists is the present moment. Or, as some people say or call it, the eternal now. Being present. Being 100% focused on the moment. Not in the past, not in the future. The greatest attribute of any parent, salesperson, teacher, physician, or any human being that is attempting to communicate with others is their ability to listen. We've all heard that. To be present. To be present in that moment. That space of being present doesn't occur in the future. And it doesn't occur in the past. It occurs in the now. When we are listening to somebody and we're thinking about what we are going to say next, we're not in the present. Being present is something we've all experienced in one form or another. Some people call it being in flow, being in the zone. Runners experience this. Time disappears. Athletes, different experience this. Your kids in a video game experience this. They are 100% present. They are in that flow. The past doesn't exist for them, nor does the future. Be the ball. That's the present now. Time dysfunction really isn't about time. It's about the mismatch of perception and reality. We don't need time management. We need a better state of mind. Almost every thought that we have is either a projection in our mind of something in the past or something in the future. Check yourself out. Everything we think about is either in the past or the future, but not the now. The present is the only place where living really happens. What pulls us out of the now is our mind. Present moment awareness is listening. Some refer to it as inner listening. Some refer to it as emotional intelligence. Being present is a practice. You have to catch yourself being in the future. You have to catch yourself being in the past and bring yourself back to the now. This is very similar to those of you that are practicing meditating. You know, when you meditate and your mind drifts off, you bring yourself back to the now. So for meditation, it may be your breath, it may be your mantra, it may be whatever the focus of your object is. And that's how you get to the now. There's no aging in the present, Larry. The experience you had as a 17-year-old is that experience. Your experiences don't get old. Your body may get old. Ever talk to somebody that was 60 years old and said, I feel like I'm 18? There's truth to that. Because their experience of 18 is alive, visible, and vital. There's no suffering in the present moment. Suffering occurs in our mind's conversation about something that's occurred in the past or something that's going to occur in the future, for which we know none of those exist. They say if you live in the past, you're living in depression. And if you live in the future, you may be living in anxiety. When you live in the present moment is when you're whole. And it's a practice. I guess my call to action would be to participate in this practice. Catch yourself in the future. Catch yourself in the past. Bring yourself back to a breath for as short or as long as you can hold. Driving is a great place to practice that. Mr. Toastmaster.